You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
At dollarseed.com, all of our seeds are only $1 a pack. And we have online resources that teach you all about the rewarding hobby of growing your own plants, flowers, herbs, and vegetables. Imagine the joy you'll feel when your children actually help you harvest your first garden crop, or the pride of knowing you'll never need a florist again. Visit dollarseed.com and grow a little magic of your own for just $1. Dollarseed.com. What could be healthier?
Good morning, good morning. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And I'm your host, Dini. Before we bring our guest on, well, we have a special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies or your family members or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before we bring our guest on, I do want to say you have to open your eyes and see the treasure of being alive today. It's sitting right in front of you. It's here this very moment, ready to be lived, and it's overflowing with fabulous possibilities. Fill this day with passion and with purpose. You are so very fortunate to have it, so make it count for all it's worth. Get yourself involved in life. Don't just sit back and watch the world go by. You have the opportunity for so much more. Seize that opportunity and run with it. Right this very moment, you're experiencing that precious, priceless, miraculous state of existence known as life. Your life is so densely packed with magnificent possibilities. Make them happen. Make them real. Make them yours. Stop wishing for good fortune. See the great and wonderful fortune that is already yours. Find joy in the little things as you steadily pursue the biggest dream you can imagine. Today is here for you to live. What a great and wonderful treasure, and it's yours this very moment. Take that from me, Coach Denny. That is my word, and word is bond.
Have you struggled budgeting your finances? Don't worry, you're not alone. HumbledBudget.com, that's HumbledBudget.com, is the help and resource you've been searching for. HumbledBudget.com is a personal finance and educational website with a great variety of topics when it comes to budgeting, taxes, investing, and the popular topic of FIRE, financial independence, retire early. HumbledBudget.com has a goal, and that's to help you reach your financial dreams, no matter what your goals are when it comes to finances. It doesn't matter where you start, where you come from, or where you are right now. HumbledBudget.com can help. What are you waiting for? Take that first step to the financial life you've dreamed of and go to HumbledBudget.com. That's HumbledBudget. HumbledBudget.com.
All right. What is up, guys? Welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL, that's Vigilantes Radio Live, right here on iHeartRadio, and I'm your host, Dini. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings. You know, the ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, meet Nicole-Marie, an artist whose music is melodic and confluence of deep introspection, spiritual exploration, and raw emotion. And with that, let's welcome her to the show. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. How are you?
I'm good this morning. How are you?
Doing fairly well. Thank you for asking. Welcome. And just to jumpstart our conversation, your track, Ocean Breeze, masterfully transformed dental trauma into common waves. Can you share that specific moment when you turned pain into something so beautiful?
Yes. So one of my coping skills when I'm having to go under nitrous oxide at the dentist is to create songs in my head while I'm undergoing dental pain. I've had so much dental work done. So I heard the sound of the suction, and I pretended it was an ocean breeze. And then the second verse came to me, and then my mental game with myself during that time is just to repeat it to myself so I can remember it and write it down once the appointment is over. So that's how the second verse came, and I'm not sure if the chorus came then or immediately after. I know that the first verse came sometime after. It might have been a week or months, I'm not sure, but I know that the initial idea, the central idea of an ocean breeze came to me while I was under nitrous oxide, laughing gas. So, that's kind of how it came to me.
Absolutely. Before we get into how you do music and why you do music, we want to know about the who that's doing the music. So tell it to us. How did you discover your passion for creating music?
I have always, liked to sing from the time I was a small child, and I used to make up my own songs, but I didn't really write them down until I was like a teenager. And my first instrument was the saxophone. I started playing that in the 4th grade, and I switched to clarinet in the 8th grade and started learning the piano probably around age 12 or so. I didn't learn the guitar. That was my last instrument to learn until I was like 18 or 19. And then I recorded my first album in my late 20s and started doing shows and stuff. And I've always had an interest in writing. So writing poetry, writing songs, writing whatever. And so I just kind of put it all together and, just started to write songs and put my music out there. And Ocean Breeze is my latest single, and I'm very proud of it.
Absolutely. All right. First off, using a dental drill as inspiration. You've got me blown away. Tell me, have you always had this ability to see beauty or silver lining, even in uncomfortable moments?
Yeah. I'm a cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of cancer in my late 20s. And, I think when you go through life-threatening, life-altering illnesses, it really pushes you to try to find the silver lining of any situation. And then having all sorts of health issues, autoimmune illness, hearing loss, that also forces you to kind of see the silver lining and push through and just persevere and keep going and be persistent. So I've always kind of had that about me, that never give up kind of spirit and try to find the silver lining, even when it's hard.
Absolutely. The lyrics, I am one with the morning, I am one with the world, are powerful. What was your mindset when you penned these lines?
I think it's that law of one. I read a lot about metaphysical things, and it's something I've heard a lot of people say in their testimonies when they feel a mystical experience or when they feel like a very spiritual, deeply spiritual experience. They feel a sense of being one with everything. And I think I was really happy that morning and happy that day, and that's when I wrote that first line. So that first line didn't come till later, but I knew it had to go first in the song. So yeah, you just keep hearing. I don't know that I've actually ever had that feeling of oneness that I keep hearing people say and talk about, but I can imagine it, and I hope to get there one day where I do feel that sense of oneness, because that's where all the ego boundaries melt away and you realize that we all are one.
Yes, indeed. And there's another line. There's a voice that's demonic. So that's a deep and powerful line as well. What message do you want your listeners to take from that?
Well, I think at the time, it's on a very superficial, practical, 3D level. It's the sound of the dental, the dental drill, the dental instruments. But I think on a deeper level, it's the fact that I don't believe that everybody here on this earth plane is a child of God. I do feel there's a demonic presence here, and we are in a spiritual war, and that you do have to choose a side. And which side are you going to choose? And not that we should put our heads in the sand and ignore things like child trafficking and children being abused and things like this. We need to focus on the positive while doing something about that, what's going on in the world that's, in my mind, demonic. But we need to do it from a higher vibrational state. I hope that makes sense.
It does. It does. Have you seen the movie Sound of Freedom?
Yes. I saw
Nice.
it. Well, I saw it on July 4th, so not the day it came out, but almost as soon as it came out. I've been waiting to see that movie for years.
Yeah, I went to see it too. Wonderful movie. Wonderful movie.
Yeah.
All right. So you also had 25 years experience in narcissistic abuse, which is pretty normal in our culture for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have to explore that one. But how has this shaped the lens through which you write and compose your songs?
I think, when you go through that, you realize that you can be tricked, and not everybody here is of a positive intention. And I think prior to finding that out, I did believe that. I thought, if you just get to know someone really well, everyone's got a good heart at their core. And I've come to realize that that's just not true. There is an evil presence in the world, and some people, not everybody here, like I said, is of God. Or maybe turns their back towards God. Maybe they were, but they decided to turn their back. And your question was, I'm sorry, I think I'm getting away from the question. What was the question again?
Yes, seeing that you do have experience with narcissistic abuse, how has this experience really shaped your songs, or do they?
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. So once you have that experience in your personal life, you recognize that there's an even bigger presence that's just like that in the world. And these are people that seek out positions of power and influence in the world. These are the people that are narcissistic. They're our leaders. They're our government leaders. They're people in Hollywood. They're people at the top of the food chain because they seek out that power. Their egos do. And so what that has done is that, like, I used to have this self-loathing about why my music wasn't successful. Like, I must not be talented, or, something must be wrong with my music. But I think after recognizing that, and somebody I listen to on YouTube who's helped me recognize that is Sloan Bella. She really opened my eyes to the satanic influence in the music business and in Hollywood as well. And once you realize that, it's like, well, I was never going to sell out, if you will. I was never going to change who I was or deny God or my faith or anything to be part of that system. So I think now it's like I'm not a part of that, and I'm glad. Rather than being like self-loathing and judgmental of myself, and worshiping these people. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I'm not a part of that. I'm just going to stay over here where things are good, even if I don't make a lot of money, even if I'm never famous. That was never the goal anyway. My music was always to inspire, to heal, to provide creative opportunities to others, to provide a sense of unity. It was never to have people worship me or make a ton of money or be famous. That was never the goal. So it just kind of solidified all that for me. And now I feel much freer to just write the songs that I want to write, because I'm not looking to make it, quote unquote. I'm just looking to express myself and express, the God source through my music, if that makes sense.
It does. All right, guys, we are about to jump into Ocean Breeze, featuring Doug Rusk. It's by Nicole-Marie, and then we'll be back, so stay tuned.
I am one with the morning, I am one with the world, and my soul is exploring the ocean breeze that has unfurled. Sunrise high wakes me from bed. Its hope is all I see. And eagles flying overhead, bestowing its blessings. Ain't no need for morning papers, 'cause your intuition's free. And its healing falls upon us all, so there is no need for grief. Ocean breeze in the morning, ocean breeze rolling in. Love and peace are now soaring above all the collective.
Waves are harmonic, and they glow a seafoam green, and the coral sings a chorus of what luminescence brings. There's a voice that's demonic, but I'm focusing on ocean breeze in the distance, blowing evil far from me. Ocean breeze in the morning, ocean breeze rolling in. Love and peace are now soaring above all the collective.
Ocean breeze. Ocean breeze. It's a voice that's demonic, but its power is drowned by ocean breeze in this moment, keeping evil far from me. Ocean breeze in the morning, ocean breeze rolling in. Love and peace are now soaring above all the collective. Ocean breeze in the morning, ocean breeze rolling in. Love and peace above all the collective. Above all the collective. Above all the collective. Above all, ocean breeze.
All right. right, welcome back, guys. What an awesome, awesome song, Ocean Breeze. Let's bring Nicole-Marie back on. All right, all right. I can't help but feel a strong spiritual undertone in Ocean Breeze. How do your spiritual beliefs intertwine with your music?
Yeah, so my spiritual background is that I was born and raised into a Catholic family. My grandmother was very, very devout, and I went to private school, Catholic private school, until about 5th grade. Then I switched to public, but I kept going to church and eventually got confirmed in the Catholic church. I kind of fell away from it a little bit and just kind of identified as just Christian. But I'm not what you would consider like a judgmental Christian or fundamentalist. Because I've had to work with so many people, so many different faiths, I kind of got to know about different faiths through my work as a social worker and a mental health counselor. And I've always been interested in the metaphysical. So I've never been afraid to like explore other spiritualities, except for the darker stuff. So I've always been a very spiritual person, and I've always been a spiritual seeker. So everything that I read and everything that I hear and everything that I gravitate towards really informs my music. But there's always going to be a Christian undertone because I've always really related to the spirit of Jesus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. I love that. And, you know, as you were talking, I thought, man, that's crazy that she has to say that you're a Christian, but not one of the judgmental Christians. Yeah. I know. I'm a Christian as well. And even like the past 10 to 15 years, I've been real careful about that label too. Should I say I'm a Christian? Yeah. Because of the perception of what comes with that label. I automatically think, oh yeah, those are the people that judge really, really hard.
Yeah, there's a percentage that do.
Yeah. But anyhow, so your spirituality, a blend of Christianity with yogic, I think that's how you pronounce that. And other influences is fascinating. How does this eclectic mix inspire your lyrics and themes?
Yeah, so because I'm always like reading about spiritual things and people's testimony. Right now I'm reading The Girl Who Saw Heaven, which is just a fascinating book that I would recommend. It's oftentimes, other things people tell me or things people share with me, either as a counselor or in the books that I read, that inspire me, in addition to my own experiences. I think that's what's missing from a lot of music in today's world. There's almost like an anti-Christian movement that I've heard, because I work with a lot of Gen Zers and millennials too, and I hear it from them. I work with so many different generations that I hear it. They say, oh yeah, all my friends are atheists, and it's not good. It's seen as a bad thing to be Christian, among the younger generations. Like, you're either delusional or you're not smart, because science is the answer to everything. And I think, that's what connects us, though, is our spirit, not just to each other, but also to our source, our creator. So what are we without that? So I think that's missing in a lot of our music today. And I hope it comes back, and that we are all respectful of each other's beliefs, except for those that, of course, harm people or harm children, especially. I'm very passionate about that. Any belief like Satanism or Luciferianism that harms children or harms other people, I think has to go.
Absolutely. All right. Before we let you go, where can our listeners connect with you online?
Yes. So my website is Nicole-Mariemusic.com, and my music is available on Spotify, Apple, Pandora, all the streaming, pretty much places where you can stream music. And so you can check out my music on any of those streaming platforms, and check out my all my other social media through my press kit page on my main website, which is, again, Nicole-Mariemusic.com.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being our special guest this morning. And listeners, just in case you did not get those links, I will have them in the description of this episode and in the show notes. So all you guys have to do is just click the links. Well, Nicole-Marie, we want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you so much for your time.
All right. Take care. Have a wonderful morning.
Okay, thank you. You too. Bye.
Are you ready? Listen up. I'm about to help you become a legend. Do you live in Pennsylvania and want to become a professional wrestler? Are you willing to put in the work but only find schools that want to rip you off? If you want to be a star, you need trainers who have experience and genuinely care about your success. And that's why the Stronghold Wrestling Academy is the only school for you. The Stronghold Wrestling Academy features a full gym and trainers with almost 100 years experience between them. Learn every aspect of the wrestling business, from the art of promo to crafting your persona. And most importantly, learn to wrestle like a pro. The Stronghold Wrestling Academy has graduates who've signed with Impact Wrestling, AEW, and even the WWE. Could you be next? For more information on our open house and upcoming classes, go to risewrestling.com and select train. That's RYSE-wrestling.com and select train. Remember, half the battle is believing you have what it takes. The other half is why you have us, the Stronghold Wrestling Academy.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is onlyonemediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer: we are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Denny, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, at all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.